let's pretend that you have 2 hot girlfriends that are always around, always available, always ready to smash or give you a BJ if you want it. They clean your house and they do everything you need, right? You go to a nightclub or a bar and you meet this girl. Hey, what's your name? Blah, blah. And she kind of is receptive or whatever. And then you say, hey, you want to go out sometime? And she says, oh, no, you got to like win me over. Would you sit there and actually waste your time talking to her?
No.
Probably not, right? Because you got 2 bitches at home.
Yeah.
Now that you, I want you to internalize that feeling. That's how women feel when they got their own job. So, in other words, a man that has 2 hot girls always ready to go is like a woman that has a job, because you're not going to take bullshit from the opposite gender, and you're going to demand the best. So women are the same way. I make my own money. Why the fuck am I going to deal with you?
Right.
Like, I'm only going to go and deal with the best of guys. Just like if you're a man and you have 2 girlfriends, why the fuck are you going to sit here and comply with this stupid bitch? You got 2 girls. That's exactly how women look at their independence and work. But that actually ends up hurting them, because as they make more money and become more successful and their standards go up, doors close. So that's kind of the abundance mindset that women have. Women have an abundance mindset on steroids. Just like if you had 2 bad bitches. You would not tolerate bullshit from women if you had 2 girls at all times ready to go. Yeah. You would not. You would literally be running around like Stone Cold in the fucking 90s, like, fuck you, bitches. You know what I mean? Like, you literally would not care. You would give 0 fucks. That's exactly how women feel about men. They give 0 fucks. That's why they flake so much.
Yeah, that's interesting advice. Because a lot of guys put their eggs in one basket, right? With one woman.
Super problematic. Never do that shit. Like, and that's the other thing. Okay, going back to the whole women don't know what they're talking about when it comes to dating.
Yeah.
Remember that? Another dynamic that women don't understand is something called pre-selection. So when you have other women, what ends up happening is you just become more attractive, not because you have the woman necessarily, but your behaviors reflect that. You start to care less. You start to be more dismissive. You don't let her boss you around. You start to grow a spine when you have other women. And women can pick up on that immediately, right? So the other thing that why women should never give you dating advice is because I tell guys all the time, you need to have multiple chicks that you're dealing with. Not necessarily because you want to deal with them, but because it keeps you having an abundance mindset so you don't come off needy. Because needy behaviors, a lot of the times, you don't even notice it. Like, it's very subtle, right? But when you don't give a fuck, it's a very natural and relaxed feeling that women can pick up on. Women are very hypersensitive to body language and to mannerisms and to tonality and how you speak. So when you're a guy that has bitches, women know it immediately by how little you care. That actually makes you way more attractive. And women cannot teach you that. That's why I always say female dating coaches are retards, because they don't understand things like that, like pre-selection. They'll sit there and tell you, just be nice to her, be monogamous. You know what I mean? But in reality, being monogamous actually makes you less attractive to a bunch of women. Now, am I sitting here saying go fuck a bunch of girls? No. But your girl needs to know that you can do it and you reserve the right to do it if she acts up. Yeah. Women only behave when they know they can be replaced. They're terrible people when they have leverage. Absolutely terrible people. Because they don't know how to appreciate it. Because they get all this attention and validation all day from fucking simps. So they don't respect the majority of men. So you have to make that bitch respect you. And the only way you make her respect you isn't through violence. It's through being able to walk away. It's the only way that you're going to get women to respect you. So I tell guys all the time, look, you want to be monogamous? Fine. But don't be a fucking bitch and let her think that she's the only option. Because that's when the disrespect comes. That's when she thinks that she could talk to you crazy. And that's when she thinks she has the leverage. And when women have leverage, they're terrible fucking people. And let me tell you also why. Because I can back this up. Statistically speaking, women are far more likely to end relationships. 80% of divorces are initiated by women. And also women are far more likely to have their interest in you decline quickly. Women get bored faster, and they're also more likely to end relationships. Well, what does that mean? Clearly, this person needs more stimuli to stay engaged in a relationship. Would that be fair? Yeah. Okay. So since women need the stimuli to stay in a relationship and they're more prone to breaking up with you and being bored, you got to give that bitch the excitement that she needs, which is what? Other women potentially taking you from her. They need that emotional stimuli. Men, we're not retarded. We don't need that. Oh, okay, you're behaving, you're being good. I don't need drama. Like we're content with whatever goes down with us. Like, men will stay with a girl even if she pisses off, because men understand it's not easy to get women. We have to work to get women. So since we have to work to get women, we treasure that. Women don't work to get us. So we have to make that bitch work. And once men understand this concept and understand that you and her are not equal, and she needs to be chasing your validation, that's the only way you're going to maintain an upper hand in a relationship. And no matter what anyone says, a relationship is an adversarial, symbiotic relationship. And the reason why is because both parties are trying to get something from the other while minimizing their involvement. The problem is that most guys end up investing way too much. She doesn't invest enough and she gets bored. It needs to be where she's doing most of the investing and then you can get bored. But here's the difference. When men get bored, we don't leave relationships. We might go fuck another bitch, but we're going to always come back home. Right? Women say men are dogs. Well, dogs are loyal, bitch. Cats aren't. And that's what women are, cats. Right? No fucking utility. No value. You know what I mean? Like, what are they doing? Just kitty litter and
Yeah.
Like, dogs are loyal and actually provide value. So the dog always comes home. So that's what I think men need to understand, that dynamic where you need to have the leverage. She needs to be chasing you and not the other way around, because it's easier for her to get bored. Women need emotional stimuli in a relationship. And creating a little anxiety where she doesn't know where you are or you can have sex with other women or other women want you, it's the highest marker of attraction that women want. Social proof and pre-selection by far. This is how ugly rappers get chicks. They have other women, right? Like, like when you're at the nightclub, where do all the girls go? They go in the section that's most popping with the most girls. So even women understand inherently that other women being there means that that guy is doing something right.
That's so true. Because whenever you get a girlfriend, more girls are just attracted to you instantly.
Exactly. And that's what female dating coaches don't understand. And the other reason, too, why they're retarded is because female dating coaches don't understand arousal versus attraction. Arousal is you being able to put her in her fucking place and tell her she's stupid. Attraction is being a good boyfriend and being a provider. Not the same at all. Because there's plenty of guys that are attractive, right? They make money. They might be a nice guy. Great, provider type skill sets.
Yeah.
But being arousing, that's a skill that you got to learn through trial and tribulation. And most importantly, it's unflattering. So a female dating coach isn't going to tell you, yeah, bro, you just got to ignore her calls for a bit. Or you got to tell her to shut the fuck up, she's being stupid. Or you got to dominate her. They're not going to be able to teach you this stuff because, going back to the first part of our conversation, they don't deal with women as a man. They deal with women as a woman, right? So they don't understand the whole concept that I explained to you, where men, we grow up as little boys knowing that we have to provide value. We don't get invited to the party unless we bring some kind of value. We don't get picked for the team unless we're good. Remember? You play pickup basketball or something.
Yeah.
And they're picking teams, right? Flag football, whatever. That's a very masculine thing. Why? Because we're creating teams and the best guy gets picked first.
Yep.
Right? Women never deal with that. What do? Their dumbasses are playing hopscotch and patty cake, right? And skipping around and shit. Jump rope. Notice how all the games they play, there's no decisive winner. Everything we play, there's a decisive winner.
Wow.
Because men understand that we must compete, and we understand that we have to provide value. Women don't understand this concept. They really don't. Women don't understand meritocracy. I'll give you another example. Multimillionaire walks in a room. Everyone there is trying to learn from him, right? Men understand pecking orders almost immediately. This guy's famous, this guy is rich, whatever it may be, I got to listen to what he's going to say. That's why Andrew Tate blew up. Rich, wealthy, in shape, former fighter, has all the markers of a successful guy, or what people would call an alpha male.
Right.
I hate that term,
Yeah.
but I'm using it for the purposes of the placeholder. Women don't understand this. You get a girl, right, and let's say she's rich, but she's fat. Bitches don't give a fuck. Bitch, you're ugly. Who cares, right? They don't look at things from a meritocracy standpoint. Women don't understand hierarchy like we do. They just don't, because we are born to compete. They don't, right? So if girls are in a room, right, let's say there's 10 girls in a room. They meet each other at a party, right? Girl walks in, wildly successful, has a nail business, but she's fat and ugly, and she's 40. But there's another girl there that's 21, broke, but she's hot. Who's going to get the respect? The hot girl. Not the fucking fat chick. Nobody cares.
I agree.
So, because female competence, no one gives a shit about female competence. No one cares about female success, female competence, a woman's ability to earn money. Because when women make money, they don't share with us anyway. So who gives a fuck? Nobody cares. So that's very important note to have, where, and I know I'm going very, very deep in the weeds here, but this is really important for men to understand. This is why female dating coaches can't help you, because they don't understand these things. Because being a woman, growing up as a woman, you live life on easy mode.
Yeah.
And you don't understand this concept that me and you inherently understand as men, where you need to provide value. Women don't have to deal with that. And not only do they not have to deal with it, they've never dealt with it from the perspective of being a man dealing with a woman where you have to provide value. That's why they can't advise you.
Makes sense.
Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode.